Titans. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz. And not the start he was hoping for there. He'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 20. On 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Owens. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Escaping and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jerry Tillery showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Wentz. Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll run for the first time with Joshua Kelly. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Herbert off of play action. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Herbert now. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
So I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 15. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. John Franklin Myers. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. This will go to Henry out wide. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now Wentz. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just 1 but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7.50.
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big gain that time for the Chargers. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 1st and goal from the 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. And take it right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Running on first down, Eckler. Running right through him. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Play action. It's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big play there for L.A. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. 7 yards, the pickup there. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Herbert throwing again. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Caught on the slant. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Out of the gun, Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Rosas. With the extra point.
Makes the score Chargers 17, Titans nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime, intermission, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Finding some room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Kenneth Murray in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
The Charger drive about to get going. He finds his target, Allen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And that'll be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. Touchdown!
Bring it!
A great play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz steps away to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Wentz. Flushed, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2. Alert for anything out there. Watching for trouble on the...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Wentz to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Back now in Nashville, and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On first down, Wentz. And he'll find Moreau here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Again, it's Wentz. Incomplete. Another pass attempt. Another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll run for it with Henry. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Derrick Henry denied here on fourth down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Herbert now. Oh, he stays up. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up fourth down now. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. John Franklin Myers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Wentz. Caught by Jones. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Herbert. He's got Allen.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Draw play, it's Eckler. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Rosas' kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
53 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Here we go.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might